welcome back. This is Video Thumb. I'm Dallas Patrick, and today we're going to be doing a little video quickie as I just wanted to talk about something I've been enjoying tremendously on Nintendo Switch. Which you've already gathered is, in point of fact, GTA Trilogy. Now, I know a lot of people weren't too happy with the state of affairs upon its initial release, but patches have been patched, issues have been addressed, and myself, like some of you, were possibly waiting to see where all of this shakes out. Well, I picked it up recently, post-fixes, even after seeing all the negative attention it was getting, because I was still curious. And as much as I love playing on the original intended hardware, which I absolutely do, the idea of GTA handheld had me really intrigued. This is something I've wanted for a while, actually, messing around with the mobile port this current iteration stems from not too long ago. Sometimes I just want to cause a little freeform mayhem before bed, and well, I actually found that original mobile port pretty cool. Phone gaming isn't something I get into too much, mostly for lack of convenience of having the all-in-one dedicated control and quick UI of something like the Switch. Plus, Grand Theft Auto on a Nintendo platform. Call me old school, but that's something that still tickles my brain matter. It should also be said that I'm not someone who plays with the frame counter on and thinks the world should explode in volcanic eruption every time a release isn't 8K ray traced at a locked 60 FPS or higher. Nothing against all of that, of course, to each their own and all of that. So yeah, GTA on a Nintendo handheld. Is it fun? Is it cool? Short answer, absolutely yes. Is it different than the original PS2 version? Well, also yes, as this was a huge point of contention amongst the community. But is that the worst thing that's ever happened in the history of video entertainment? No. It's just different. And while the original art style definitely oozes mood, and of course I prefer it because it was the original artistic vision of the games, such is the nature of modern remasters. It's all subjective, of course, but the more toon-like approach they've taken here in this new engine, I actually quite like. Given the cartoonish nature of GTA's criminal characters and unconstrained chaos mechanics, I find it's not far off from how I remembered these games had I not just recently played the originals. Taking that original mobile intended port to the next intended mobile device with some graphical overhaul actually makes for a good time. Post-patches, of course. I hadn't seen a lot of coverage on this since the fixes rolled out, which also made me want to jump in and talk about this. The main thing for me, going directly from the PS2 to the Nintendo Switch in handheld mode, because to me that's where the magic resides, is this question. Does it feel like the same experience, just pick up and play from one to the other? And for me, the answer is absolutely yes. Part of this may be Switch's 30 FPS target, which again, I don't mind because that's where the originals were aiming. All the wonky goofiness of those original games are kind of preserved for me in that way. 60 FPS is always nice, but it's not a deal breaker when it's not an option box for me at all. Performance-wise, from what I've seen, the updates have smoothed over the rough edges, and I haven't noticed anything bizarre in my playtime so far. So would I recommend GTA the Trilogy on Nintendo Switch? Honestly, heck yeah, if you're looking to scratch that GTA itch on a handheld. As human subconscious criminal simulators go, these three are some of my favorites, and having that expanded playability is absolutely worth it in my book.